Thank you for joining us on Business Now. I am Samuel Okata. Following the Supreme Court judgment which extended the validity of the Central Bank of Nigeria currency redesign policy to December, some deposit money banks have started paying out the old notes. Checks showed that some commercial banks in the city of Kano and Abuja have commenced paying out the old 500 naira and 1000 naira notes. It is still unclear if the CBN has officially issued a bank-wide circular instructing the deposit money banks to comply. Economy experts have asked President Muhammadu Buhari to direct the governor of the CBN, Godwin Emefiele, to obey the judgment on the validity of the old naira notes. An economics Paul Alake had said there is need to be more clarity on how the old 500 naira and 1000 naira notes return into circulation. He said the judgment would not be impactful if the old notes were not released by the CBN back into the banking system. The Central Bank of Nigeria has disclosed about 503 billion naira, representing 52.39%, has been repaid by farmers under the Anchor Borrowers Program as of February 2023. This was made known by the Acting Director, Corporate Communication Department, Abdul Mumin Isa, in a statement on Monday. This figure, however, contradicts claims by the International Monetary Fund that only 24% of the loans disbursed under the Anchor Borrowers Program of the Central Bank of Nigeria has been repaid. The report completed on January 12 noted that although the CBN allows farmers to pay in kind or cash under the program, repayments have been very slow. Disputing the claims, Isa explained that 1.07 trillion naira has been released under the program, out of which 960 billion naira is due for repayment. According to him, the CBN program has supported 4.5 million smallholder farmers who cultivated over 6.02 million hectares of 21 commodities across the country. The CBN of Nigeria, the Central Bank of Nigeria, has disbursed 114.17 billion naira to beneficiaries under its 100 for 100 policy on production and productivity since the commencement of the intervention. This was disclosed in a communique issued by the CBN Governor, Godwin Emefiele, after the last Monetary Policy Committee meeting held in Abuja. He stated that the funds were expended on 71 projects across healthcare, manufacturing, and agricultural sector. He said under the 100 for 100 policy on production and productivity, the bank has disbursed a sum of 20.78 billion naira to 9 projects in healthcare, manufacturing, and services. This, he said, brings the cumulative disbursement under the facility to 114.17 billion naira to 71 projects across healthcare, manufacturing, services, and agriculture. The CBN program, launched in January 2022, is for a select 100 private sector companies with projects that have the potential to significantly increase domestic production and productivity, reduce import, increase non-oil export, and overall improvement in the foreign exchange generating capacity of the Nigerian economy. According to the guidelines for the implementation of the initiative, the CBN fixed the maximum loan amount that a participant could get at 5 billion naira. The National Pension Commission says it has recovered 24.50 billion naira non-remitted pension savings of employees from the 14 employers. It disclosed this in its fourth quarter report for 2022. The report stated that the following issuance of demand notices to defaulted employers whose pension liabilities were established by the recovery agent, the sum of 853.4 million naira representing principal contributions, which is approximately 187.37 million naira, and penalty 666.03 million was recovered from 25 defaulting employers during the quarter under review. It said 34 defaulting employers have been recommended for appropriate legal action after all administrative steps taken to make them comply failed. It added that from the commencement of the recovery exercise in June 2012 to 31st December 2022, a total of 24.15 million naira comprising of principal contributions, which is approximately 12.25 billion naira, and penalty 11.9 billion naira was recovered from defaulting employers. The Director General PENCON, Aisha Dahil Umar, stated that despite the overwhelming headwinds in the global economic climate and the country's challenging macroeconomic environment, the pension fund assets under management increased by 568.33 billion naira from 14.42 trillion naira as of 30th September 2022 to 14.99 trillion naira as of 31 December 2022. African fintech unicorn Floatwave has denied losing the sum of 2,949,557,867 to hawkers. It was earlier reported on Sunday that hackers stole the sum of 2,949,557,867 naira from the account of the company, and over 300 customers were affected by the fraudulent act. Meanwhile, the company disclosed nothing of such happened on Sunday. The company said its system has not been hacked, adding that as financial institutions, they monitor transactions through their transaction monitoring system, and 24-hour fraud desk can review any suspicious activity. It said they collaborate with other financial institutions and law enforcement agencies to keep their ecosystem safe and secure. It further disclosed that none of its customers lost funds, nor was the company account hacked. The federal government has approved the disbursement of 30,458,660,546 naira 41 kobo worth of promissory notes to 199 exporting countries. According to a statement signed by the head Corporate Communications Nigerian Export Promotion Council, Ndubweze Okeke, the disbursements come under the Export Expansion Grant Scheme. The Executive Director, CEO of the Council, Dr. Isra Yakuzak, while issuing letters to some beneficiaries of the scheme in Abuja, disclosed the approval and commended the federal government and the National Assembly for approving the payment of the outstanding claims to the beneficiaries. The Council is, however, still awaiting the approval and release of the sum of 60,635,888,940.63 kobo being the Export Expansion Grant claims for 34 beneficiary companies from the National Assembly. The Export Expansion Grant is a post-shipment scheme targeted at stimulating increase in the volume and value of made-in-Nigerian products in the international market, and is also intended to encourage export of value-added products as against raw agricultural commodities. Still to come, World Bank halts Tunisians' talk over migrants' role. Details and more news update after this commercial break.